Hey YouTubers, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for watching. In the last episode I finished putting all the sterling board on the outside of the shed, and today in this episode I'm going to start wrapping the damp proof course up the wall to stop any moisture coming in, and also I am going to wrap the building in the breathable membrane. That's just to add a bit of protection. I'm not going to batten it out today, just going to get it kind of weathered as best as I can. Let's get on with it. Okay, so the first job is to start wrapping the DPC up the walls. I'm trying to make it as neat and as tidy as possible. I'm just going to tack it to the sterling board, and I'm using these little nails, like 20mm, 25mm nails that I had in my toolkit. You could use a staple gun or some clout nails if you were buying something specifically, but obviously I'm being tight and I'm trying to use things that I've already got. So I'll see how we get on with these. So I'm going to just work my way around the shed so that it's all done and all the corners are folded in really nicely. And once I've done that, then I'll show you the roofing membrane that I've got, and then we're going to wrap the building up like a great big parcel. Peace. Let's get on with it. Okay, so I've now wrapped the damp proof course up the sides of the shed, and I've sort of trimmed it where the doors are going to go, but that's going to wrap round. Once I know exactly what's going on there, that will tidy that all up. It's absolutely disgustingly dirty and wet and horrible. So I'm gonna just leave it for today. There's no point in carrying on, it's just getting so wet and horrible, and I'm just getting covered. So I'm gonna leave it as that for the time being, and then when I clip my fingers we'll be back doing the membrane. Hey, and the sun's out, so much better than doing this in the rain. It's absolutely disgusting. Basically it's a week on since I started trying to dress the damp proof course up the building, and it's been really cold all week, so the ground's now solid, so it's sort of, the mud's kind of gone for now, so it's a good time to get some of the work done on the outside of the building. I think now I need to go round and just check some of the DPC, because it's just come down during the week, and then we're going to use some of this stuff. So this is a premium performance breathable membrane. So it's the sort of stuff that people use on roofs and wrapping and timber buildings before they clad them. Basically it sort of stops moisture getting into the building, but it allows moisture to come out of the building, so it helps with condensation and stuff like that. So it's a really important layer. So this has to go on before the battens for the cladding, but it's a kind of a job that you do in together, because I can pin this on with some nails like I have done with the DPC, but ultimately it's the battens that hold this on. So I'll start with a door, and I'm going to walk all the way around, kind of pinning it as I go, and then that will give me a first layer. It's quite quick to do. I'm not expecting any particular dramas, so I think it's just a case of let's getting on with it, and the sooner we get started, the sooner we'll be finished. Let's go. Okay, so I've wrapped the building. It's not great at the moment, to be honest. I've run out of the nails that I was using to pin it in, so I've got it pinned over in that corner, but there's nothing along this front and it's flapping around, so I'm going to have to do something. So I think I'm probably going to get a couple of battens and just screw those on where they need to go, and then I had enough offcut for this bottom section of the door. So actually I bought 2 rolls and I only needed 1, so I can send the other one back, so that's great. Again, it's all you're trying to do really is hold it in place with your pins, but you can put as many in as you like, but today is particularly windy, so it's flapping around all over the place, and as soon as you cover a doorway, the wind is wanting to sort of come through the doorway, so it makes it even worse to put up really. But I think once I get a couple of battens in, that'll be fine, and then I can start trimming out the doors how the battens are going to go and the corners, and then we'll start piecing it together and it'll come together quite nicely. So let's just do that. So I've put a couple of bits of batten on the front just to kind of stop it from blowing away. So that's holding it quite nicely now. So what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to start in this corner here, and I know the detail that I need to create. So when I do the cladding, I've got a 50 by 50 corner piece, and the corner of that sits right here, so it kind of sits here. So what I need to do is I need to put a piece of batten on this side and on this side, and then that creates like a mouth for that corner piece to sit in. Quite difficult to explain, but once I've done it, it will make more sense. So I need to cut 2 lengths full height. I'm going to leave them a little bit long because the detail with the roof, I'm not quite sure how that's going to work. I've got the roof covering, but I need to create like a drip. So I'm going to leave them long, the battens a bit longer, so that I can just trim them off afterwards once I know the exact height. And I'm going to try and work out what the bottom is, which will be in line with the bottom of the doors. Maybe up just a 15-20 mil, just to allow for the ground around it. But that's what I'm about to do now. So, and then I'll show you what I've done once I've done it. Let's go. Corner piece. So as you can see, about creating like the little mouth or corner piece, so although this isn't it, it will fit in like that, and it will protrude a little bit both ways, so that the cladding butts up against it and forms a really nice detail. So I'm going to do that on the back corner now, or all 4 corners, and then I'll start putting the sort of uprights in along as we go. Let's go. So I've got all the corners on now, and I've also put a length all the way along the bottom. That's going to be kind of my bottom marker, I suppose. I haven't done that on the front yet. I'm gonna do that now, and then I'm gonna start marking where my stud work is, and then getting them on so that it's all ready to clad when the cladding turns up in a couple of weeks' time. Once that's done, Then I'll start thinking about trimming out round the doors. It's very simple. You just cut your battens and screw them on. I'm using 50mm screws, which are a little bit longer than the ones that I've used for the ply on the floor and the sterling board on the walls. They're another 10mm longer, just to try and get through the batten, which is 25mm, the sterling board, which is 11mm, and then into the stud as well, so it's super secure. Yeah, let's get on with that. Okay, so the front is pretty much done. I've got a few little bits to put up the top there, but I've got a load of offcuts, so I'll probably do that at the end once I know how much batten I've got left over. So far I've used 3 packs, and well, I've got 1 pack left, but I would definitely use it, so I'm a bit concerned that I'm going to need another pack for the back. Okay, so the GoPro died just as I was telling you about that end up there, but I just finished the front. But while you've been charging, I've done the sides, and wait for it, I've done the back. Now I didn't quite have enough batten, so I need a few more lengths. So I've done most of it, but I think there's 6 more that I need to put on the back, and I need another one in here. I've got some offcuts for the top, so that's okay, and I've got some more offcuts for the tops up there, so that's okay as well. So I'll probably just at some point slice these to open up the doors. Where I'd run the sole plate all the way along the 4x2, I've actually cut that off now, so the walls are kind of, there's no timber in this bottom section here, so I can sort of start to tidy all of that up now. This is a great job to get done because it offers the Sterling board a bit of protection, but the main priority now is to get the roof on, and I'm going to start that in the next episode, so come back for that. Thanks for watching. Like, please subscribe. Every Thursday I'm going to release these, so come back next week and we'll get the roof structure started and hopefully finished. Peace.